Yo, 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 welcome, everybody. Salute, salute, salute. Thank you guys for joining me in the middle of a Tuesday workday. Appreciate it. Um, back at it like we never left. Um, Last night was another, you know, positive day for us. We're going to talk about exactly what we decided to do yesterday. Um, but before we talk about yesterday, I do want to say so after Friday, we had an incredible day on Friday, able to attack multiple games in a couple of different ways. So it was a super profitable day for us. So at the conclusion of Friday, and as a result of what we did on Friday, um, we decided to avoid the divisional round of the NFL, took the weekend off, avoided the stresses of the National Fixed League, and protected the bag moving forward, right? Also, just enjoying the fruits of our labor while the whole betting world was, super stressed out, and watching the results of the divisional round in the NFL playoffs. We were kicking our feet up, relaxing, eating popcorn, and just chilling and vibing up. So it was a great position to be in. Uh, I definitely think it was the right decision. And as a result, the betting public, the betting world, they said goodbye to the not only the Buffalo Bills backers for that day, as well as the Dallas Cowboys backers on Sunday, but all Buffalo Bills futures, as well as all Dallas Cowboys futures for potential advancement and or the Super Bowl. So a lot of things happened over the weekend, and both of those outcomes this weekend had no impact at all on my community. Uh, as I said, we were chilling, vibing, relaxing, and I definitely think it was the right decision. But of course, I'll never get a uh, thank you, Vic, or anything like that for my decision. But you would think my efforts would be praised, but the reality is this is really like a thankless profession. It's sad, but it definitely is true. So, and I think this weekend was just another reflection of that. Um, but it is what it is. So instead of being thanked and highlighted for what we decided to do, coming off an incredible Friday, instead I'll get like, troll comments and troll banter like, why didn't you give out a pick today? And the crazy part is, so like degenerates, they really could care less about the quality of a pick. Um, it's all about the need to justify, like to satisfy the craving of gambling, and like that sickness is, the reason why other platforms, other handicappers, other people who give out sports information, um, you know, it doesn't even, in spite of them being horrible or not profitable or, unproductive, they will continue to get support and have a following just because they feed that craving that gamblers, degenerates, and people who are not able to control themselves, they feed that craving, and that's why people aren't successful, aren't profitable communities, aren't profitable platforms. That is why they will remain, to have a following regardless. Uh, just for that, you know what I'm saying? They feed that it's like they sell that specific drug, but that and it's insane. But that's not what I do. So it's not what I do at all. And people need to wake up and smarten up. This is not like a game or a or we don't even like to look at it as gambling per se. We like to invest in number riddles and rituals and synchronicities that we identify, and it has a lot less to do with gambling. So that's like one of the big, unique things that sets me and my community apart from like many others, regardless, in all different aspects of the betting world, right? The people who do it online, Instagram, Twitter, the people who decode, so on and so forth. It's crazy. But yeah, so now let's get into yesterday. So there was a handful of games on yesterday. Usually Monday we get like a slate that's we usually get more than the amount of games that we got yesterday. I think yesterday we had like 6 games that was going on. So one of the games, well, the game that I got the most questions about, and probably because it was one of the smaller spreads on the day yesterday, was the Atlanta Hawks at the Chicago Bulls. Um, I believe Chicago was favored by 1 point. So it was a small spread. I got a ton of questions about that specific game. And, some people like Chicago Bulls at home, but a lot of people, the majority of people, at least from the messages I received, the majority of people liked Atlanta yesterday in that game. Thankfully, I advised my people why, in my opinion, there was a better game to go with, especially for the people that were like promoting that they liked the Atlanta Hawks on the road. So, yeah, just another example of protecting my community, protecting the bag, and giving the best advice I can, at least in my opinion, from my perspective. And the Chicago Bulls were actually successful last night. They defeated the Atlanta Hawks. So yeah, that was just another example of the extra mile that I go to kind of give the best advice I can, even when I don't have to, or that game wasn't even necessarily something that I was focused on, right? So the pick that we decided to go with yesterday, and it's weird, it was the Sacramento Kings. So the Sacramento Kings, they opened up as a plus 2.5, +2, +2.5 money line underdog, right? And so we posted that, and then immediately after we posted that, I would say like 10 to 15 minutes later, maybe 20 minutes later, the line drastically changed. So it went from Sacramento being a 2 point or a 2.5 point underdog at home to now Sacramento being a 2 point favorite, right? So that's like a big line movement, especially because no news had come out yet. No news had come out yet about injuries, people playing or sitting or being scratched or whatever. So it was like a big line change, and a couple of people were making the joke that like am I moving the Vegas line? Which I know I'm not, but I just thought it was like extremely weird that like 15 to 20 minutes after I post my content, my pick for the day, all of a sudden the line moves, in that way. So that was extremely weird. It was a big move. And then fast forward, the injury news didn't break until about 15 to 20 minutes before the game actually started, which was 10:30 Eastern, or so 10:30 Eastern in my time zone. I don't know what that is in other time zones or wherever you are, but yeah, it was the latest game on yesterday's slate, the last game, which again, we bypassed every other game that started earlier, and our pick was the Sacramento Kings. Okay, so let's talk about it. I'll show you guys. So again, you don't got to take my word for it. Appreciate you guys. So here it is. The Sacramento Kings at home defeating the Memphis Grizzlies by 33 points. This game was a lot closer the first 3 quarters. They pulled away in the fourth quarter, outscoring Memphis by 23 points. But the game was going back and forth for most of it, so it was competitive. I'd say up until the fourth quarter. But as you can see, Sacramento Kings were successful in defeating the Memphis Grizzlies. So it was a successful night, another flawless day, another perfect day, which was incredible, which was awesome. But there was so many things were going on in this game with like the line movement and the injuries, breaking late. It was just really awkward. All the moving parts to this game. And the NBA has this thing now where they have these game time decisions, um, which are really, really affecting. And basically, we're at a disadvantage with the fact that they can wait until they disclose who's actually going to play or not, even though theoretically, because we use Gematria, it doesn't really matter. Um, the average person, that type of news is very, very important to whatever decision they choose to make. And I'm just showing you guys that it's just another tactic by Vegas, by these sports leagues to kind of put you in a position or an extreme disadvantage. So yeah, that happened like yesterday, and it was crazy and it was weird. But thankfully we were on the right side of this game. This was the only pick last night, so we had another flawless and perfect day, which was great. And it's continuing another amazing and impressive month and start to the year 2023, which I'm super happy about. But so to summarize it, right? Well, we won't get into exactly some of the things that we liked in this game, but I guess the thing on the surface that was like funny, surface level stuff is, so yesterday, the weird element of it was we like the Sacramento Kings, obviously, and we're coming off on Friday back in the Sacramento Kings as well. So we were on them on back-to-back plays. But so yesterday, January 23rd is known as National King Day. I wasn't I wasn't aware how relevant or prominent this actually was, but it definitely is funny right there on the surface that yesterday the we backed the Sacramento Kings on what happened to be National King Day, which takes place on January 23rd. So for those of you people that still think that these sports are not scripted and just it just so happens that the Sacramento Kings win on National King Day, this is coming also on the heels of about a week ago where we backed the Pittsburgh Penguins on National Penguin Awareness Day. So, we're showing you guys how this stuff is just, it's hilarious. And you should really, really be paying attention to not even definitely the gematria part of it, but obviously there's a lot more going on. Like this was not an accident that this happened yesterday. So we loved the Sacramento Kings before. I wouldn't say we loved it, but we liked the Sacramento Kings before the National King Day. And obviously that was just like a cherry on the top as well. So but yeah, yesterday the Sacramento Kings, they picked up the 27th win, which is what we like to see. For those of you that are new to the work, what I speak about is gematria. So Sacramento picked up the 27th win yesterday on Monday, which is always, like a number that right there on the surface we pay attention to. Obviously, Monday equals 27 in the strongest cipher single reduction. Obviously, that's a ritual number 2. We speak about all the time how the number 27 connected to these number rituals happens all the time. Obviously, it has a connection to upset as well. Upset equaling 27. As I said, Sacramento yesterday opened up as a 2-point underdog. So it was technically an upset at the time that we posted it. And then obviously all that other stuff happened after. But yeah. Additionally, the Sacramento Kings picked up their 16th home win, right? Memphis equals 106. In numerology, 0 has no value, so 106 can be looked at like the number 16. They also, Sacramento also became 16-10 at home, and Sacramento equaling 161 in reverse. So these are just some of the number synchronicities that jumped out to us yesterday with this game. Obviously, you know, thankfully we were on the right side of it once again. Another great ritual, another great synchronicity with the Sacramento Kings on what ended up being National King Day. So, but with so many moving parts prior to the game starting, I did definitely feel it was a little weird, everything that was going on. But as I said, thankfully we were on the right side of it, so that was awesome. So congratulations to the community, congratulations to everybody that was able to take advantage of it. You know, Sacramento was in control most of the game, so there wasn't really an opportunity to take advantage of a plus money situation. For the most part, they controlled it from the beginning to the end. So, you know, there wasn't an element of jumping on a live underdog, but you know, that's fine. Let me go to the chat real quick. Salute to everybody in the building. Chris, salute. Um, John's in the building. Appreciate you. Really got to thank Vic for being very selective. Clearly wants us all to win. Mad love. I mean, it should be clear at this point, but again, you know, no matter what, people will find a reason to complain. You know, it's always on to the next pick. It's always a now, now, now. What have you done lately mentality. And yeah, man, it's crazy. So. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the building. I appreciate you guys for joining me in the middle of a workday. Thank you once again. You know, and another great riddle, another great ritual. And I'm just glad we was able to be on the right side of it. So on that note, I'm gonna get out of here and get back to work. It's always work, always work. Appreciate you guys for supporting me. Please remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps the work possibly get in front of new people. And again, there's always like giving out free information in these videos, things you could definitely learn from. So it's beneficial to people. So on that note, I will get out of here. But as we love to see on this channel, Gematria at its finest, easiest 1, 2, 3. Salute, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. For those of you that don't know, my name is Victor, aka Mr. Futures. That is the same person. So salute, salute, salute. And, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.